Hello and welcome back to my video diary of our cycle trip around northern Spain. It's been a while, we've had a few weeks off, but we're back in the saddle again this morning. We're just leaving Escala on the Costa Brava. We've spent a couple of nights here with friends. I would say we're well rested and raring to go, but we had quite a late night last night. Ben's got a bit of a sore head and a stinking cold. Anyway, we're starting out on this Via Verde, which is very good. Actually, yesterday evening we were up that hill to our right there, the one with the castle on top. We went up to see the solar eclipse. I might just show you a little bit of footage from that actually. So here we are, yesterday evening, in position and watching the eclipse develop. My camera's not really showing anything. I also tried using the solar eclipse glasses with my phone camera. That wasn't very much better either. Ben managed much better with his phone. He's got a really good zoom on it. We got about a 98% coverage here. Whilst there were some clouds, we still got a good view. And this is the photo when it was almost at its peak. I really enjoyed seeing the eclipse last night. There are actually loads of people up on that hill. It's quite a good spot to watch it from. We have had a really nice time over the last few weeks. 10 days with my father-in-law in Girona. We actually explored quite a bit of the surrounding area as well. After that we had a really relaxing week with our friends in a nice Airbnb just to the north of Girona. And then the last few nights were spent at Les Artit, which is where we set off from this morning. We're retracing our steps a little bit today because we're heading pretty much due west back to a place called Banyoles, which was actually not very far from where we were before. It's been a really nice route so far this morning, mainly on cycle paths. The whole of Catalonia seems really well catered for cyclists. And there's huge numbers of them. This field to our right is full of apple trees. There's quite a lot around here. They all have to be heavily irrigated though. Lots of sweet corn fields too. Actually, this landscape reminds me very strongly of France, but I guess we're not all that far from the border here. Around 60 or 70 kilometers, that's all. We're just coming into Fonaleres. We thought we might see if there's a coffee shop. Be nice to have a little rest. Looks like a really pretty little village actually. No sign of a coffee shop though, so we'll just carry on a bit further. It's around 55 kilometers today, so not too far. We are starting to climb a little bit as well. We won't get into the Pyrenees proper for a couple more days. From here, our plan is to continue heading northwest, right across the Pyrenees. We'll pop into France on the way to Andorra, and then from there, broadly speaking, make our way back to Santander. Feels really strange thinking about the end point already. Everything feels like it's just suddenly speeded up. We've really only got a month left if all goes to plan. Oh, fantastic coffee shop. Nice to have a little break. We're about 2/3 of the way through the journey today. Well, it does feel good to me to be back in the saddle again after a few weeks off, although it was also quite nice having a little break and a coffee. We're not too far from Bagnoles now. Coming into the outskirts of Bagnoles now. We're staying fairly centrally. We've just got one night in a hotel booked. Our hotel's just up here on the right, Hotel Flora. We're just sitting in the garden of the hotel having a few drinks whilst our room is being cleaned. As usual, we've turned up a little bit early. Oh, and Ben's drinking non-alcoholic beer. We're all checked in and we thought we'd come out, have a little look around Bagnoles and maybe get a bite to eat. We're just coming into the main plaza here. Lots of people around. She did pop in here with my father-in-law John. We didn't stay very long. It's nice to have another look around. What's this, Ben? Another non-alcoholic beer?
Cheers. Yep, afraid so.
God, you must be feeling poorly. When we had our wander around the town yesterday, we spotted a cafe that was open from 6:30. It's a rare find, so we thought we'd take advantage.
Would you like to go in and see what there is?
Sure, shall I do that? It's a bakery as well as a coffee shop, and it looks like they've got lots of really delicious things. I think we're spoilt for choice. That was a good coffee and croissant, but it's definitely time to head off now. Just cycling past the lake that Bagnoles is known for. Actually, we came here with my friends, we went swimming and it was just really, really lovely. The water's extremely clean because it's fed by a spring. Actually, I think it's quite an unusual water cycle because the water gets purified by being sucked through the rocks and coming back up again. Heading to the small town of To Olot today, which is just a little bit further on towards the Pyrenees. It's not too far, but there is about 1,000 meters of climb. We've both been struggling a little bit with the early start this morning. Ben's still got a stinking cold. I think we just got a little bit too used to having nice lie-ins in the morning. Coffee most definitely helped though. Once again we're able to follow lots of these cycle paths. It's just fantastic. And the roads that we have been on so far have pretty much all been pretty small, without too much traffic. We're just coming into the Gorocha National Park now. It's known for its extinct volcanic cones. There's 34 in total in the park. They seem to be really well eroded now, so they're not that high above the surrounding landscape, and you can't really get too good a view of them from the road. It is possible to hike up one or two of them, I think. I'm not sure we'll have time to do that on this trip. This is a campsite. We thought we'd just make this short detour to have our stop here, just for a change. I'm really enjoying this mountain scenery today. It's absolutely stunning. We're just coming into the outskirts of Olot now. We've just got one night here again, another hotel, which is just up here actually. We were able to store our bikes in the garage and leave our luggage, and we've just got a few hours until the room's ready, so we thought we'd wander into the old town and have a little look around. We actually went to view a house a couple of weeks ago that wasn't far from Olot, and I just saw the ad in the estate agent's window. Sadly, the house was no good though. It was really close to a motorway and also really a ruin. Still, the search continues. This must be the main high street or shopping street in the town. This must be the main church at the end of the high street and just before the central plaza. This is nice. The lady in the hotel said this was the best place to come for a bit of lunch.
We've actually had to sit inside because it's just too hot outside, and Ben's on the non-alcoholic beer for the second day in a row. I think that's the first, isn't it?
We're going to head back to the hotel now and see if we can check in. I know I've only included a couple of days in this video. I kind of thought I'd try and get the schedule back on track. I'll do a bit of video editing this afternoon and get this out this weekend. And then next week I'll include our trip up to Andorra. So bye for now.